Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Jun Han. Now for today's video, I'll be sharing my personal experience, my personal attachment and personal connection with the Mazda CX-30 after owning it for over 1 year. Okay, because I realized that a lot of you guys actually enjoyed the Mazda content, especially the Mazda CX-30, which is actually now currently my second most viewed video on YouTube with over 400,000 views. So I thank you guys for that. Okay, so yeah, I'm going to talk about the things I absolutely love and absolutely hate and whether you should buy it in 2023. Okay, so without further ado, let's go. And to answer the question on whether you should buy a Mazda CX-30 or not, the answer is yes, yes, and yes. Now, the biggest question of them all is why would you get a Mazda CX-30 instead of the Mazda 3 or the Mazda CX-5? All right, that's the biggest question of them all. Now, the reason for me, in my personal opinion, why you should get a Mazda CX-30 is because the Mazda 3 is very low to the ground. So yeah, some people, they don't really enjoy driving too low the car, all right? And also the field of view outside the windscreen, when you see the look at the road, is actually very low, so it's not that comfortable, especially on a long distance journey. Okay, and at the back seats, the boot also is not as huge as this car, all right, but the car is definitely sporty. So this car, you have the sporty looks of the Mazda 3, but at the same time you have a taller field of vision and also a much practical rear space and also a boot space as compared to the Mazda 3. And then you'll be thinking, why can't you get a Mazda CX-5 then? Because it's taller and also has much more space and more spacious. That is because the Mazda CX-5 is not that sporty as this car. This car is really, really sporty. The way it's designed, you can see the way it has this swooping roof line that comes all the way down. Yeah, that is what makes this car so much different as compared to the Mazda CX-5. And this car, the driving dynamics of this car, right, is also much better because it's much lower. It's actually more planted. When you corner hard, right, it doesn't roll as much as the Mazda CX-5. That is why I feel that this car is literally the sweet spot of sporty and practicality. Now let's talk about the things that I absolutely love about this car, which is pretty obvious. Firstly would definitely be the design of the car itself. Just look at how good it looks. Okay, now oftentimes there are a lot of the cars which you have to do some minor modification on it to make it look much better. For example, adding a border kit, alright, adding a front bumper, alright, a front lip and all those. But for this car, nope, you do not need any of all those, alright. It looks very, very nice off the factory line. Just take a look. It looks super clean, especially with this paintwork, okay? Now, if I were to get any Mazda, right, and in the future, you'll definitely be in this color, right? So this color is called machine gray, not to be mistaken with meteor gray, okay? It's a totally different shade of gray, okay? So this color, it looks super elegant, super fierce, and super aggressive, okay? Now, there are actually a few different colors out there, which is pretty special for Mazda as well. For example, you have the Soul Crystal. That one actually pops under the sun, which looks very good as well. And then you have the Platinum Metallic Quartz, okay? So that one is like a goldish color, a light gold. That one's pretty cool as well. And then you also have the Polymetal Gray. So that one's a flat paint color, okay? So it's more like a matte-ish. It's not metallic, okay? And then that one gives you a hue of blue color, which is very cool as well, okay? But for me, this will be the color of my choice. On the front, you can see it has this very minimalistic look, okay? Especially from the side here, you can see there are no big, huge fog lights or whatsoever. What they added is only just a tiny strip of daytime running light, which also works as the signal. It works as both, okay? You can see you have a very clean bodywork on the sides, on both sides, all right? And then this car, you can see this headlight that is very tiny and very pointy as well because it gives it a very aggressive look, okay? And this one has a lot of neat features inside as well. For example, you have auto high beam. Basically, when it's dark, it automatically turns on high beam, all right? And then when you turn the steering wheel, the light beam actually follows as well. And also you have the anti-glare. Basically, when it detects a person, it actually points down so that it prevents them from getting glared on, okay? And then you have this very huge chrome garnish, okay, to separate the top and the bottom part and also make it look much more elegant, okay? And then you also have this logo right here, which has all the sensors inside, like cruise control, which works in tandem with the cameras on the front of the windscreen in the middle right there, okay? Very, very cool. Moving on to the side of the car. Now this one is a huge talking point and also slightly controversial because when it first launched, not a lot of people like it, especially with this huge plastic cladding which runs across the entire bottom on the sides of the car, okay? Now to be honest, for me, initially I also didn't really like it, but slowly I started to grow on it, especially with this dark color. You actually don't see much of the contrast and it actually complements it as well, because what happens, right, is when you have the paint work, right, the body paint work, there is not too much that goes all the way to the bottom, right? It actually makes the car much more sporty. And also the second benefit of it is, let's say if you damage any of this part right here, right, it's plastic. It's much easier to replace and cheaper to replace as compared to the bodywork itself. So yeah, that's the good thing I see about this car, okay? That is why I feel that after owning it for 1 year, I feel like, it actually looks pretty good. And then you have this, like I said, the Supreme roof line, it cuts all the way down. It looks very, very good, okay? Especially if you see this angle here, right? I love this part here, right? This shoulder, okay? You see the design when the light shines on it. You can see it's a very thick rear haunches, okay? And then it also complements it with all this chrome piece, chrome garnish to make it much more elegant and classy, all right? And last but not least, the back of the car. Now, the back of the car is also one of my favorites. Now, I say everything is my favorite because every side of this car, every angle, to be honest, is actually very, very good looking. That is why I feel the Mazda CX-30 is just the perfect car, all right? Any angle you see, it's nice. But for the back right here, okay, the first thing, if you look from the side, right, take a look at the design right here. You can see, right, the emblem actually points out and then it actually cuts down and then it comes out like this. I have not seen any other car with this design. Yeah, it looks absolutely beautiful. You have this, you can see the way it's swooping like this, right? And then the headlights, I mean the tail lights. Now these tail lights, I feel the CX-5, the tail light is actually too tiny for the car because the car is so huge, but then the lights are so tiny. This one is just nice. The way it extends all the way towards the middle, making it much larger than it actually is. Okay, now if I were to unlock the car, right, just to show you the lights, right, okay, so you have to press unlock, I have the keys with me. If I have to unlock, just take a look at it. It looks so good, especially at night, okay? Now, if I'm not mistaken, only the high spec comes with this extra piece right here, okay? If you do not have the high spec, it only lights up here, okay? So the high spec is definitely worth getting, especially for this light right here. At night, it looks so, so good. You just take a look at it, right? So if I move back, it looks absolutely beautiful. And then another thing, which I've mentioned in my previous video as well, is the signal lights. So you can see when I press on it, it works like an incandescent bulb that basically when I press unlock, you can see, right, the bulb, it actually blinks and then it slowly fades away. It blinks and slowly fades away. Yep, that's the only car, this is the only car that actually has that feature, which is nice. Okay, then at the back right here, just like the front, it's clean, it's simple. You can see there's nothing much at all, right? There's no diffuser, there's no slats. Everything is very simple, but it works so well, right? Nice. Second thing I love about this car is the amount of features and technology this car has, all right? So apart from the sensors on the front badge, on the headlights, on the camera, right? Another thing would be, if I were to unlock the car, right? You can see what happens when I unlock. It actually lights up, the front comes on, all right? The front bottom LED comes on, okay? The rear tail lights, everything comes on, which is like a welcoming light, okay? So it looks super, super cool, especially whenever you park in a very dark spot, you turn it on, it's like it's welcoming you back into the car, which is nice, okay? Then another thing would be at the back right here, okay? Now this is the only car, if I'm not mistaken, on this segment to have automatic rear tailgates, okay? Which is a very, very neat feature, okay? On my occasion, every time I use this very well, okay? Because sometimes you have both hands filled with stuff, okay? Then you can't really open. So for this, right, you can open beforehand, okay? And then you just close it back down. Very, very, very cool. I think the Mazda CX-5 does not have this as well, okay? Only this car has, okay? I'm not so sure about the latest car, okay? Right, and then another thing would be, if I walk towards it, right, I put my hand here, it actually unlocks, okay? So you can open the car, all right? And then if you walk away far enough, it actually blinks, and then it actually automatically locks, and then mirror folds. Very, very convenient. Now let's move on to the third thing I love about the car, that is the interior, okay? So if I unlock the car, open it up. Now, in my opinion, right, this car has the nicest interior as compared to the Mazda 3 or the CX-5. The Mazda 3 has a very similar design, but what it doesn't have is this color right here. So the Mazda 3 is full black, but for this you can see the contrast, all right? You can see this very nice tan color, okay? So on here it's all in tan, all right? On the door cards, you have this part, the door handles, everything is finished in tan, okay? Even the center console, this area here is all finished in tan as well. Very, very beautiful. And even the seat, right? You can see the perforation inside. It's all finished in this tan color as well. Those are the attention to details that are absolutely incredible, okay? And then these seats are really, really comfortable as well, especially for long distance journey. For me, I always travel around a lot, so always 1 hour, 2 hour journey, and this car works perfectly, right? You don't have back pains and everything. It's all very soft and plushed, and everything has this very, very nice leather, okay? This is all leather. This one here is all leather as well. This is leather, this is leather. Yeah, almost everything is leather, okay? This one is a hard leather, so it's more like plastic, but then when you press on it, it goes in as well, so it's pretty soft and nice. Yeah, it's very, very cool. Now, let's check out the back. Close it. The back seat as well. It's not like the Mazda 3, which is very, very tight and cramped. This one has much more headroom, okay? Then you sit it higher as well, which is more comfortable, all right? You can see it's all very, very nice leather. You can press, everything is soft, all right? Everything is very, very soft. So at the back here, you can push this down. Okay, this one also is very nice leather. Everything is finished in leather. Okay, 2 cup holders. Yeah, then you even have air cons at the back. Yeah, what more do you need on this car? Everything here is just awesome. All right, and then the next thing would be the infotainment screen itself. Now the infotainment screen, right, a lot of people complain that it's not touchscreen. It's not touchscreen, but for me, it's better that way. Number one is because of safety reasons, because it's actually kind of far away for you to touch. You have to actually lean forward to press on it, so it's very, very dangerous. The second thing is say goodbye to fingerprint marks. So for those of you who are OCD, who wants a very perfect screen, yep, you have it right here. So this one, you don't have touch screen, so your screen is always very, very clean. And last but not least, on point number 5, on what I absolutely love about the Mazda CX-30 would be the overall driving experience of this car. Now when you're driving this car, right, somehow it doesn't feel like you're driving a Mazda. It feels like you're driving a Mercedes or BMW. I know I mentioned this a lot of time, I compare with those brands, but it really feels like it. It's like after BMW, Mercedes, and then will be this car right here, okay? Because this car is so premium. They really outdone themselves, especially with the exterior, the interior quality, the design, the way everything you see right here, the instrumental cluster, everything is all digital, and it's all very, very highly advanced, and the technology is so well, okay? And then this car also is powered by a 2-liter Sky Active engine, okay? So this car is now more fuel efficient, okay, and more powerful as well. So if you're going from point A to point B, you do not need any more power than this. It's more than enough. You also have sport mode. If let's say it's not enough, you turn on sport mode, what happens is it actually shortens the ratio of each gear, so basically revs up faster so that you can overtake cars. Yeah, it's more than enough. And then inside here is so comfortable. Like I said, this one is much more comfortable than a Mazda 3 because it's much taller. You have a nicer view in front, okay? And then especially with all this brown leather interior that cocoons you, feels very great, okay? Yeah, so this car is what I love about it. And also another thing I love about this car, right, is that when you're driving, okay, because this car has so many safety features, right? For example, you have blind spot monitoring system, you have active collision warning. So basically when you're close to a car, it actually alerts you, okay? And then when you're reversing or you're going towards a parking, there are actually 6 cameras, 6 sensors if I'm not mistaken, 3 at the back, 3 at the front. So when you close, it actually beeps. Yeah, that's nice. And then let's say if you're a signal and then there's a car on the left on view, it actually beeps as well. So yeah, you actually have a lot of features that actually tells you, okay, like not to mention about the cruise control and everything. On long distance journey, it works very, very well. So yeah, this car to me is actually the overall package, the best package you could have for the price point you're paying for the interior, for the exterior, and also for the overall driving experience. Okay, now let's talk about the things I do not like about this car. Now, I don't have much things that I do not like about this car, but there are actually a few. So ever since I own this car, there are actually a few things that actually didn't really go to plan. Like for example, the rear brakes actually squeak. So basically somehow when I brake, right, it has a very loud screeching noise. So yeah, it's actually painful to the ears. Yeah, and after that, but then here the good thing is Mazda service center is actually very, very helpful and very responsive. So basically what they do is they replace the rear pads, okay, but then it's still quite noisy. So the noise didn't go away. So I think the next thing they're going to do is maybe change the disc brakes, and everything is for free. So that's the good thing about Mazda when you buy a new car, right? Yeah, 5 years, okay. And then another thing would be the interior parts, right? Some of it, like the speaker, the area there, it actually vibrates. So yeah, you have this rattling noise, but I think that's an easy fix as well. Yeah, then apart from that, and then from time to time, what happens is that, let's say if it's raining heavily, the sensor on the front, basically maybe there's water or there's a leaf that actually touch on it, is very sensitive. Once it covers it, right, then here it pops out, it tells you that active safety system disabled. So yeah, that is very, but those are just minor things, but after a while it actually goes away. So yeah, that's the only complaint I actually have. Other than that, this car is really, really nice to drive. So yeah, if you guys are planning to get a Mazda CX-30 in 2023, do get one. Trust me, you will definitely not regret it. You enjoy the driving experience. People will compliment you for the car you're driving, okay, or any Mazda in general, because Mazda nowadays, they really up their game, right, in terms of the interior, the exterior, the driving capabilities, the power, everything is more than what you need, okay? So it is more than what you can actually ask for the price point you're paying for. So yeah, it's definitely worth it. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed my short review on, not review, but it's more like my experience of the car, what I love about it, especially the design, the interior, the driving, the reliability, and all of it, okay? So yeah, I hope you guys find it informative, and I think with that said, I should catch you guys next time. Bye.